Welcome to Birds Watch Me, a channel where I give spoken word versions of original essays that I publish on my Substack, also titled Birds Watch Me. I hope you enjoy and thank you for being here. Do you know how the professional activist class makes its living? By slandering the world and bad-mouthing humanity. There's nothing they would like less than for you to wake up tomorrow morning with a sense of gratitude and joy, the ability to take things in stride, and to be sure in the knowledge that you do not have to assume personal responsibility for all the world's varied problems and injustices, or what these people claim are problems and injustices. When these people mm, pollute your social media feeds with their activist, i.e., negative messaging, they're not trying to make you happier with the world. They sure aren't. It would put them out of business. But we'll get more to that. We'll get to that. I say, let us take personal responsibility, yes, for the good we can do within each of our small domains. And together, maybe these domains could combine and help put these killjoys out of business. These activist killjoys. That's what they are. And isn't it strange how those most vocal about rejecting traditional religion seem also to be the biggest advocates of an updated version of original sin? Privilege? Misery wants company, they used to say. But these days, misery has gone full corporate. I say, sow the good with joy in your heart or get off the farmland. The powerful support the professional activist class because they know that hopeless people can offer no resistance. The leaders of industry approve of them because they know that when our lives are sapped of greater meaning, we will turn to frivolous materialism, frivolous consumption, mindless scrolling for comfort. I, however, and I suspect many of you would feel the same way, I would not trade one line of my inspiration for their luxury cars or what have you. If there are 100 events today that speak well of humanity and one that shows humanity in a negative light, you can be damn sure those professional activists will always focus on the negative example. Crafting the exception into the rule, that is their art form. And how little we learn through such crafting. It's just a negative agenda. When the fact is, the truth is overwhelmingly positive in so many aspects, but they just hone in on what gives them power. And what gives them power are these perceived problems or them being able to position themselves as advocate for these problems. And this positioning lifts them, it puts them on a hill, if you will. Yeah, if every problem in this world was fixed tomorrow, they would not tell you that. Maybe most problems already have, really. You know, when something becomes big business and the business model kind of demands endless growth. You know, in the same way that our economy depends on our population growing at a steady pace. If this generation has less children than the last generation, who will work to help keep everything going and pay for the retirements of the previous generation? The same is true here in the activist class. If they don't leave more problems or more perceived problems for their heirs, their activist heirs, their whole pyramid scheme's going to dry up. They don't want to fix problems. It just causes more work for themselves because if they fix a problem, they got to figure out and create a new problem, even if it's just a perception of a new problem. But that's a creative endeavor. And if I know anything about these activists, they're not very creative. They're not creatively minded people. They're not creators with a capital C. Do you agree?